Hi everyone, Pastor Kate here, and whether you are from Westminster or you're a friend of Westminster, I'm so glad that you've decided to spend some time with me today. I cannot wait until we're back together again, and I hope whatever you're doing this week has been fun and safe and full of surprises. Today's story is a big surprise, and it is from the book of Luke, chapter 24, verses 13 through 35. And let's see what kind of surprises the Bible has in store for us today. How do you recognize a friend? By their hair color, or their clothes, or maybe their voice? We have many ways to remember people who are important to us. In this story, Jesus' friends recognize him when he does something very special. Cleopas and his friend had gone to Jerusalem with Jesus, and now they were leaving. They were walking on the road to Emmaus, which was a city. And they were talking all about what happened. And a stranger came up to them and he asked them, "What are you guys talking about?" And they said back to him, "You're coming from Jerusalem. Don't you know what happened there?" They said, "Haven't you heard about the news of the prophet who died in Jerusalem?" And the stranger said, "What news?" And Cleopas explained, "Jesus was our friend. He talked about loving others, and he was God's prophet. Many people all over followed him. And we thought that he would be the one to save us from Roman rulers who were very mean. But some leaders in the government thought he was very dangerous, and they killed him 3 days ago. Today, the women went to where he was buried, and they said that it was empty. They saw angels who said that Jesus was alive. Now, we just don't know what to believe. We are sad, but we're very confused." And the stranger said, "I know you're sad. Listen to me. Do you remember what the prophets wrote about the one who was sent from God?" And then he told them some old stories about the one whom God had promised to send. This one would show them how to live together peacefully. They continued walking together. As the sun set, they arrived in Emmaus, and the stranger just kept on walking. The 2 disciples said, "Wait, it's almost nighttime. Please stay with us." And the stranger agreed. When the food was ready, the stranger took the bread, and he broke the bread into pieces and gave it to them. Then Cleopas and his friend saw that it was actually Jesus who was sitting at the table with them. And just like that, Jesus disappeared. Cleopas said, "Wow, it was Jesus who walked with us when we were sad. I felt my heart shine inside of me when he told us all those old stories." They were so surprised that they didn't even finish eating. They left Emmaus and hurried back to Jerusalem. There, they told the disciples all about how Peter had seen Jesus too. Cleopas and his friend told the disciples about what had happened to them. "Jesus is with us," he said. "We knew it was him when he gave us the bread." This is the word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. So Cleopas and his friend had a big surprise happen to them. They didn't realize that they were with Jesus all along, and that Jesus was with them even though they were sad and confused. And that's our reminder that Jesus is with us, no matter what we're feeling. If we're sad or confused or happy or angry, anything that we feel, Jesus has felt too. And so at the end, they were surprised when Jesus broke the bread, just like he does at communion when we celebrate it. Remember, we break our bread and we pour out our cup. Well, when they did that, or when Jesus did that, they were like, "Wow, that was him." And that's when they recognized him, and they were very surprised. So they went and told everyone that they knew, and they told that story. And we are in for a surprise coming soon, because all of a sudden our butterflies are in their cocoons. you see they crawled up to the top of those little jars I was keeping them in, and they connected their cocoons to a little piece of paper, which I've then put in here because in the next week or so, they should turn into butterflies. But to do that, they need a little bit of help from us because guess what? Butterflies aren't normally grown inside. Normally they're outside, and they really, really, really like rain to keep their cocoons wet. And they do that because inside a big surprise is happening. And I can't wait to show you once it does. Well, I hope you have a good week, and I can't wait to spend some time with you again together next week. And I hope that whatever you're doing this week and whatever you are, you're able to spend some time with God, praying or reading God's stories or talking to your family about who God is and what God is doing in your family's life this week. See you later.